Well, hello. So we've skipped the knife round here, just jumping straight on into it as eUnited opt to start on the counter-terrorist side. Didn't even want a knife for it. As New Identity move over towards B very early on, they managed to find an opening duel. Marky pulls back at least one great crispy shots hit. He has to go for the reload eventually, which should cost him his life. Stays alive a lot longer than expected though, so Moose is able to flank up through tunnels and capitalize on one more kill, leaving Jonji to pull off a 1v2. They've walked past him in the smoke! But as he walks on through, they turn back and take the 2v1 fight. Now you're looking at a 1-0. And with eUnited finding themselves in a beautiful early position, the fact that they're 1-0 up in maps and indeed in rounds, taking the pistol, I like the investment coming through from them. 3 SMGs, better than 4. And it's still maybe a little bit much. There's not enough money to go around to justify having 3 SMGs into a round, but it's not too bad because then when you do come through to the next and you decide to go for a force, or sorry, you'll win this round obviously. So you go in for, oh wow, the nades stack. That's unlucky for Relics. Not just 5 5 players. You go into the next as a bonus round. You don't invest anything. You carry forward all these weapons, and then you're able to walk away with a decent double position. Or even if I do pick up one round, you still got a decent buy in the next. And a decent chance to take round number 3. This one, though, is more of a waiting game. You're waiting to see if New Identity can pick up a couple of kills with these deagles. 2 kills, I think, will be enough for it to be a justified investment in the round. But a bomb plant, ideally, considering the fact that they have eaten into their economy a little bit. But digging deep into their pockets and digging deep into their minds, their strategies are ultimately not enough, as the risk just isn't there. Vanity, who had a really rough start over on map number 1, comes through with a kill, and then the follow-ups from behind. New Identity, though, able to get themselves the full investment. Their utility will be limited on the back of no bomb plant, but it's still not terrible. With 2-0, oh, nade doesn't quite go as deep as it was supposed to. 2-0 on the board. New Identity come through with an opening kill and a second. As obviously this round we'll see eUnited getting very much more aggressive than usual. Bit of team damage comes in, but not too big a deal. Marky's able to bail on out of there, dropping himself in a nade and a smoke, so that they won't be aggressing on forward until he's nice and ready for them. Cooper falls, and again this round is one that we expect New Identity to win. They have an advantage coming in with the fact that eUnited didn't get much done in terms of upgrading their weapons. The SMGs, whilst they did a lot of damage, there is only 1 kill on the board for them. So it comes down to the likes of Marky to see if he can make this hold happen. Moose is actually rotating over, but he'll be caught on the cross by Relics, or rather he'll catch Relics on the cross, eliminating him, giving away the fact that he's rotated to B, so I'm surprised New Identity don't relocate and push back down towards A. Marky is too, expecting that to come through, having spotted one in middle. He finds 1 kill, but Dazzle will eventually fall. Moose evidently, as you can see, expecting the A push to come through, but a smoke on the cross on B alongside a Molotov, and the bomb sound gives him all the information he needs. Deciding not to go for it though. Or at least deciding to wrap all the way around through T-spawn. I assume without a kit here, he's just planning to take exits. And so whilst it's a round that you expect New Identity to win, eUnited playing it as a bonus, at the end of the day, all they have to do is find themselves a couple of kills, and that's exactly what they've done. Their economy won't look horrendous for the next, although it will be a little bit weaker than you would hope. Moose looking for an exit, and he'll find a battle, but not the kill! Even the scope isn't enough to assist him in getting the 3rd kill for the round, putting it 2-1. And eUnited not saving over that weapon is going to be a kick in the very sore area to get kicked in. I don't know to what extent I can use language, so that's what we're going with. As eUnited decided to just go down for deagles in this round. The right call. Both Vanity and Marky would have been low. Not able to fully invest. Marky actually manages to come out on top in an engagement, essentially. Although he eventually falls trying to exit long doors. And the reason he had to go there, obviously 18 HP, one nade flies through there, you are dead as can be. Spotting the cross here. Relics has been so good on scoped weapons. We've seen some insane flicks from him in the previous map. And although it was 16 to 8, well, that's it. It was 16 to 8. I just can't understand why they're picking Mirage. Their T sides are just awful on it. Those two so far looking a little bit better for them, but again, these are the weaker investment rounds. First 4 or 5, depending on how the enemy invests, are always kind of back and forth and very up in the air as regards who wins them. They're very much based around individual skill. And making gambles like reading rotates correctly when they'll come through very quickly. But when it eventually comes down to the down and dirty, eUnited have been coming ahead in almost every single gun round that's been played out in this series so far. Moose playing passive behind the car with the Deeg in hand. They do need to find some kills here, really, because New Identity will build up so much money from winning the round with a bomb plant and not losing a single player. Food's been spotted, but equally spotted out one of them. Moose just runs. It's worth it to try and get that AK. Another kill goes through. He could be able to save here if he can get in that corner. I think they're going to allow it. 2 kills going through. 2 AKs retrieved as well. That's a fantastic post-round for eUnited. After time, saving those over will allow a lot of economy to build up on those players. Armor alongside utility taken out without a bother. The only player that's struggling a little bit is Cooper, but he's got that mighty AWP in his hands. It might be tested, as very early on there's going to be a shift towards tunnels. Colin and Dazzle pushing down there. Young Colin. That's Seb. Seb's face-it name, at least. I like when you do this, the face-it names come up. Oh no, wait, it's not Seb, sorry. It's Rats, in fact. That's the name he's rolling with on Face-it. Doesn't want to be recognized, he's too popular. Flashbangs go over, Vanity's looking to take the peek, but decides better off it, just spamming through the doors. United have one player anchoring towards the bomb side of A. It's Food with an AUG in hand. Hopefully going to be a little bit more accurate than what we've seen before. Relics actually gets lit down so heavily. Deciding to stay on the scout, but not finding any reward for it just yet. As utility's thrown towards A, you've still got a little bit of a rotate coming up. Vanity's ready to catch players jumping down, but gets caught by the flash. Here's them, though. The spray is not there. And Vanity has been struggling, and that immediately causes Food to die. At least Cooper's able to pick up one with a USP long range. It's all on to Seb. And again, that was so important that Vanity found that second kill. But luckily, they've been able to pull it back with the bomb down in the open. Seb has to push out, and eventually he's going to be taken down. 3-2. eUnited pulling back ahead on the CT side, and again, it's just been the full buy rounds that have consistently gone to them. New Identity haven't had what it's taken, despite the fact that, again, Vanity struggled map number 1. A lot of those plays were made that he just wasn't able to follow through on, even despite doing damage. You saw in that round there, it compromised the integrity of the round massively. If Cooper didn't happen to spam with the USP and find those that kill to drop the bomb, you would have had a much more difficult situation with the post plant down for New Identity, the ability to plant for short as well as they just come through there. New Identity on this weaker buy. Not seeing a whole lot. Unlucky, Seb. Unlucky, dude. Spam's going down. Find an opening kill. It's an aggressive hold on long considering the buy that they're up against. Moose is in a lot of danger, but has no problem cleaning house as Relics just runs by with a Tech 9 and drive buys him. He's got a Deeg in hand, but Cooper's the one coming ahead in that fight. The AWP proves to be the better one-shot weapon in that case. As the head not even connected. I don't think a bullet even left the chamber. He's just too damn quick, that Cooper guy. Something's funky about him. And so 4-2, eUnited pulling ahead. They've got themselves a little bit of control over the economy, but Moose is pretty low after dying in the previous round, so we're going to hope that they can at least cleanly take this, but that won't be all too easy, as now New Identity pull out a full buy. It's only a Mac 10 on Dazzle. That's really a weakness alongside their utility situation. With Moose going down again, the chances for his economy to stabilize certainly are not there, but John G's quickly returned on to at least put them into an okay position. You just take into consideration the fact that New Identity on the terrorist side have a little bit of an advantage when it comes down to an even a 4v4 or anything like that. I don't know why Marky assumes tunnel's clear, but he's taken down as they rotated through the T-spawn, gave up all control on A, didn't make any noise. It's a risky play to make, and one that doesn't work out. Now holding towards the back of the bomb site, Food's able to pick up 2, but goes down directly afterwards. On a 2v2 retake, not a situation that looks all too easy for eUnited to pull back. Vanity's just going to go aggressively through that smoke, though. Dazzle's not expecting it at all. Charge down, and he makes it away unscathed. Relics on the AWP, not good enough this time, but there he is. Taking down Vanity, spots the head out as well, misses the shot. Cooper, rotating in and off of his own, has been heard. Relics knows exactly where he is, waits for a peek to come through, and this man has just been incredible. AWPs and scouts, you do not want to be facing Relics in. He wins the round for New Identity and puts it 4-3, a buy round finally going their way. And it's a big mistake to challenge him in a 1 versus 1. I mean, they had the time on their side completely. There was, what, like 30 seconds left-ish for him to get that bomb planted. All you gotta do is wait, let him fake it. You push in, he's got an op. You know where he is as soon as he tries to put the bomb down. 2v1 peek him, easy peasy. But they throw it away. A little bit over-aggressive. And that's something we've seen from Vanity a lot. You know, pushing up, playing this hot-headed Counter-Strike. As Deep Nade goes through the spams with the UMP return 1. As low HP is given over to Relics as well. The boost over in Tunnel is not quite going according to plan as New Identity lose another player. eUnited pulling ahead. They have the double op setup with Food and Cooper deploying them. Cooper waits for Dazzle to peek here on short. A flash goes through, but it doesn't connect whatsoever. I think the flash was actually on middle. He peeked on it nonetheless. And with Rats going down, now it's all on Relics to pull it back again. 1v5, can he do it? I mean, personally, I would love to see it. But I don't believe. And looks like neither does he. He wants to save this AWP behind the car or on top of it. It's going to be a hard one to save with 30 seconds left. Luckily, eUnited shouldn't be hunting. They've not got a lot of money. Vanity can because he's got an ump. But everybody else I would rather see just saving up. Oh. Oh, man. He's trying to bounce it off the wall. Respect the plays, but it's just not going to work out. I don't like how aggressive Moose is getting here. He's been a player that's suffered free economy constantly. Cooper goes down. That's an op removed. Moose hunting him. They're not going to find it. Again, it's a situation I didn't want to see United hunt in because look at New Identity's money. It's not great. Relics obviously has no cash. They might force buy up, but they'll have majority pistols. But if you hunt that down, now United have to take themselves out of UMP. They've lost one of their ops as well. The AUG reinvestment. That's costly. It keeps them in pretty odd financial situation based on where they could have been. But mistakes aside, we approach round number 9 with New Identity looking to find themselves a round 1 at force buy. It's all based around relics on the AWP. He's got to be the one to open up and take those engagements. We'll keep our eyes on him. The idea here, I like it. Go with the op. If he dies, pick it up. You peek. If you die, someone else picks it up. And they peek. And as Cooper falls, at least a little bit of information given over, but the AWP continues to be dominant. They just keep on peeking him. The T's, they peek him one by one. I was waiting for the hurrah, but he doesn't swim back out. He's playing nice and passive. Hurrah! Hurrah! As it's 6-3. A 4K on the board for Cooper. They just kept on walking into him. They couldn't resist. And a little bit of cash built up for eUnited, but the cash money's about to get a whole lot sweeter as New Identity about to feed them honey as they go in for an eco. This should be free money for eUnited, as I don't expect them to get all too aggressive on account of their fiscal situation not really allowing for it. You know you're up against a weaker buy as well in the back of the previous round. I said I don't want to see them getting aggressive. Vanity just pushes in with the UMP, finds himself one, doesn't drop the nade, backs off, stands in the corner, and gets completely destroyed. When lots of men start running at you in a corner and abusing you, you know you're in a rough spot. As New Identity rotate back over towards B, they're spotted out by Marky. The spams are not too successful. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Nade won't connect to anything either. New Identity with a 1-for-1 trade. It's not terrible. Making their way towards long. They'll be running right into the scope of Koopa. AWP on Cooper finds himself one. They're hunting him down. Oh, he got a little bit panicky there. Connects one. Oh, but he's taken out right afterwards. Relics finding the kill onto his opping companion. The op now down in the open. I mean, decent damage connected for New Identity in a round where they shouldn't be connecting all too much. The AUG dropped out. Moose, why you gotta do your buddy like that? He drops the AUG so we can take the AWP. Kind of saying, hey Moose, you get my AUG for me there? You got me, bro? No. Moose wants his AK. He doesn't give a damn about your AUG. Just turns away from it as well. It's beautiful. So with the buy for eUnited, an AK, lots of AUGs, and that's it, because Cooper's out of here. The AWP completely removed from play. As he's pre-fired around that corner, I think he hit the leg as well, but the leg won't do with the AVP, unfortunately. Malarou's Mon as ID move on. There's not a whole lot of info to play with for eUnited either. They want to get a little bit aggressive towards B, at least with the smoke going down deep. They've cut off a little bit of a rotation for Seb. As that smoke dissipates, he's going to be caught out in the open. Spotted long range. I mean, the Molotov was heard being thrown. Vanity just wants to spam, but again, having no success. Food in the same boat. Marky at least finds one. He's going to bail up towards the door. Let me in! As he makes it towards the side. They know they've lost complete control, but him being here really helps out. He can watch the window, and he can just spam it all day and all night. They don't expect Food to be here as he finds himself one. And do they expect Vanity now? That's the question. Yes, they absolutely do. But he's able to diddly-do them out of this planet by finding that final kill onto Seb. It's 8-3. And eUnited again coming ahead. Flying into the lead. New Identity have struggled, though. Just in general, the full buys, I mean, we talked about this quite a lot. Those first couple rounds can go back and forth. They've only won that one full buy through at the moment. Similar to what we saw on the previous map on the terrorist side. Their CT wasn't a whole lot better. Man, Relics is just nuts. Like, he's only 8 for 8, but it seems like the kill... I mean, they're playing from a negative standpoint in terms of the economy and the majority of rounds as well, so... He manages to open up so many rounds, even when they're at a disadvantage. Moose is out in the open. He's standing on long, not sure where to go. Eliminated by Seb on the dig. They know Food's up close, ready to peek him. John G on 4 HP survives that fight. We said New Identity aren't too great in the full buy rounds, and they're not. But hell, if they just buy a couple deagles every round, apparently they'll win. Every time that you kind of completely count New Identity out of a round, you think, oh, well, this is pretty much going to be it. They come back into it. It's just individual performances off the charts. Jonji, who struggled on the previous map pretty significantly, has himself a pretty big round. Relics, obviously, with the opening, helped a lot, claiming that long control, which caused Moose to be out in the open in no man's land. But 8 to 4, New Identity still need quite a lot more. As eUnited come in with a decent full buy as well. It's only Vanity going to be struggling again. And he's also got a UMP, so struggling for the buy. Nice, he's definitely having a slow series. I'd say it's a good... What? They won 8 rounds the previous map. 2 of them being those kind of rounds. I'd put a... New Identity around like a 15% win rate. 15% of the rounds that they win are actually over on force buys. Or like just deagles and armor, like whatever they can muster while still giving money for the next round. Twice we've seen them do that so far. Out of 12 rounds won. This should be another one though with all the kills swinging their way. Vanity just gets deleted, leaving Moose to pull off a 1v5. And obviously a situation that he doesn't feel like going for at this point. That smoke gives away his position, and the spam through is successful for Jonji around that. I mean, New Identity needed, because now they should get 8 to 6 on the board. And that's a decent half built up for them, especially considering how things have started out here. The recovery is undeniable. Just like Frank Sinatra. Or the young Sinatra even. Undeniable. Going to see the USPs pushing down towards short. See what they can do on the range as a team. We're jumping over mid to try and bait out the op shot. Unfortunately, it leads you right into the path of Dazzle. And although Marky finds a kill, he's instantly slapped out of this universe right after. Vanity retrieves an AK, and so saving over now becomes the objective of the round. Oh, no. Okay, that bomb started to move towards B for a second. I was getting scared. But it goes to A long. Vanity, he's hunting down. He's pushing pretty aggressive. I really want to see him save, but in such an open position, it's so easy for them. As soon as they peek him, he's got no armor, so his aim goes to the heavens. And again, you can see he could have really used that AK because he hasn't got a lot of cash. This is again seeing eUnited go for aggressive situations when they don't really need to. The thing that is important to keep in your mind as we move through this is that in general, you actually see eUnited have an easier time on the counter-terrorist side. I'm just completely ignoring the fact that we've got so many snipers bought up here. It's disgusting. This was something I discussed though with Zesh when we covered this, I think it was the Quest game. No, it was Team 1. That you've got eUnited winning a lot of their games super one-sidedly, so it does give them a little bit of a boost in terms of percentage of rounds won. But their T side, it's not terrible, but it's not in the position that if this ends 8-7 that I would feel massively confident in them anymore. Vanity and Food down super low early on, sees New Identity starting to push towards short. But Cooper swinging out, just a 1-for-1 though, it's not going to be good enough. The bomb is at least dropped, so maybe Moose can get something done as he avoids the flashbang. There's one fight going his way. The shot missed by Relics, that's a rare event. The Molotov forces Moose forward. He's waiting for Relics to peek this. The spam gives away the fact that he's here. 2 bullets left in the chamber, switches over to the USP. The pistol battle goes away of the CTs. The AWP not going to be retrieved, just a straight up reload as Dazzle finds one. It's into a 1v2. The support coming around from Vanity though, as he's now here to help his teammate out. Moose has been having a hell of a game. 18 for 6, huh? Flash goes through, and the spray down brings him to 19 to close out the half. 9-6, and a recovery for eUnited at least, but we've definitely seen a pickup in performance. One thing we were looking forward to in this map was seeing, hopefully, New Identity finding themselves buy rounds on a more consistent basis, as they actually didn't win a single one in the previous on the terrorist side. This time that comes through for them. It works out. And so on 9-6, if they can win the pistol, New Identity could find themselves hot on the heels of their opponents, despite being the underdogs in the series. This is, of course, eUnited's map pick as well, though, and that's something you have to take into consideration. Now that they're on the terrorist side, we don't imagine they're going to have too difficult of a time. The pistol round has started out, sees Food and Vanity both take utility. Vanity, a P250 alongside it. Evidently looking to boost up his stats a little bit. In roughly the same position that he was in the first half of the previous game. The aggressive hold on short, or on long rather, could pay off pretty well for them. Seb up close, Jonji's just going to bait for him, spamming away, finds the opening kill. Now they start to run to close in the distance, but they don't know that Seb is here. Turns away from the flash bang. Bad time to take your silencer off. Question mark. So as you go into a 2v4, smokes on the cross, still leaves a gap. I'm surprised to see eUnited actually missing their long smokes. It doesn't cost them in the end though, as the players are able to cross to the site. Marky wins out a fight, leaving Rats all alone. A 1v4, and he's going to pwn as he eliminates 2, but pushed from behind. Marky is able to find the final kill of the round and putting it 10-6. Now puts New Identity back in the sticks, a position that they definitely don't look too good from. They go for the force buy straight away. I mean, not even a pause to cause a delay, as New Identity tried to pull ahead. This is the round to hold their stead. With SMGs in play alongside that scout, there's absolutely no doubt that we can see quite a lot of damage coming on through for that CT side. If eUnited play a little bit more hectic, a little bit loose, and give that scout some opportunities. Dr. Seuss does Counter-Strike. The B side is under threat, and you can see that the CDs actually have 3 players here, so a pretty decent defense. The force buy could prove to be fruitful! Rats coming through with 2, supported by Seb, and now all the T's seem to be dead, but low HP on 2, as Rats is on 19. Cooper can pull this off. Only 1 shot with a scout is needed. Eventually recovers the MP9, having an idea that he's actually low. Rats has no idea where his opponent is coming from, so he's got to be pretty frantic on the hold. Looking around for his terrorist counterpart. Cooper walks on up with the SMG in hand. He spots him out and finds the head. And just like that, the CTs are dead. Their force buy hasn't worked out all too well. The AK carried forward by Cooper as well. eUnited ahead 11-7. And a position that we probably won't see them throwing away all too quickly. Fact is, New Identity have been having themselves a nice little bit of a lead. Oh, they would have had themselves a nice little bit of a lead had they have come into the counter-terrorist side with a win on the pistol. A chance to get back into things. And the fact that they've made some of the rounds so contestable, I think eUnited are going to start to take them pretty seriously in terms of closing out ones like this. I mean, it's a super important round. You've got 3 FAMAS in play, an MP9, and a CZ. Alongside eUnited rocking through, they've only got 1 heavy rifle to play with. I mean, their economy definitely could look better. That's one thing you can say about New Identity, but a thing that I've highlighted again and again, they make super aggressive decisions in general. The fact that they've gone for this buy in the first place definitely does underline that. eUnited pushing out towards long early on. Up close and personal. Dazzle's trying to get it done, but he can't. As he's taken down, I can't even switch to Seb, and he's already dead. The smokes will stop Jonji from getting too much done. At least they should. There is a small gap in that smoke, you could say. And they've none left to throw. The run boost doesn't work out either as the flank comes up behind. eUnited get the bomb to the bomb site at least, but food goes down. Low HP on Vanity too. This could be scary. The kills keep coming in. Rats on the FAMAS proves to be a dangerous foe. Flashbangs swing out as they eventually peak. Marky finds 1 Vanity on another, and it's all on Jonji. 3 kills he must seek. Oh, down to 5 HP. The flashbang through. Is it going to be enough as he peeks up on you? The head visible and torn straight off. Although Moose is on 20 HP, he's picked up that FAMAS and carried it forward with that Glock headshot. It's now 12-6, and our New Identity going to go for another force buy. Hopefully not. Eventually, it's time to take your pistols out. You can keep trying to fight for those rounds early on, but there's a line that eventually has to be drawn. And right about now, it's in the sand. Well, we're seeing the PP Bisons in play again. Not something that's too common. Moose is lit down very low. Resorts to a Glock. Interesting choice. I mean, I don't like this. Unless this is something eUnited have just become massive fans of. It feels a little bit disrespectful. And in general, New Identity are a team that have been able to shut them down when eUnited make massive mistakes. Hopefully these SMGs aren't going to be the end of them. As Vanity and Moose are both low. New Identity decided to just bail out, going towards top mid. And they'll just save over these weapons. eUnited luckily going to be able to carry... Well, maybe not going to be able to carry their PP Bisons forward. It is going to be a full buy in the next round regardless from New Identity. But saving over the armor is going to be beneficial, provided with not dying to SMGs, which is obviously a positive. Look at Vanity. The man is going ham, running towards the top of mid, but eventually he's going to be deaded on the floor. Things were looking a little bit hairy, though. You think back to when there was a 5v5 with Moose trapped in the corner on the PP Bison. It definitely could have swung towards them. But either way, they walk away with a 13-6. You can see the reinvestment coming into this round is not too much for eUnited, but on the other hand, New Identity have had to go deep into their pockets, investing everything that they've got into these AUGs and AWP. Dial playing on the B-bomb side is Relics, a very formidable player, but B hasn't been hit too frequently by eUnited. And they expect a full buy to come through from New Identity, I think. Well, and obviously now is the time to expect that. I do imagine that you'll see more passive play in general. Evidently not, because John G is able to catch Cooper off up close to doors. Now trapped in the corner, though. The Molotov had went down earlier, but John G saw his opportunity to make his way into that position and catch them off guard, and as they already assumed, it was clear, evidently. Towards the bomb site. Molotov goes down on the ramp. The smokes as well. They've got a clean cross to make. Towards Goose. He hasn't been spotted out just yet. Seb's holding down. Catches 1 and 2! Lots of damage done for the CT side. Bomb plant does go down, but it's a 2v4. It's going to be a very difficult post plant to pull through. No long control, and short could have already been seized back by the CT side. This should be ID's round, so long as they retake together. Rats wants to be very cautious of a player coming up behind him, but as he eventually clears that out, he's now confident that it's not going to be a long split. Engagement comes down on short. Dazzle's able to pick up one. It's all on the Moose, and he can't find anything. With John G taking him out from afar, and a defuse coming through. 5 seconds left, but plenty of time to get that on the board. 13-7. Kill him dead was actually a really interesting phrase to me. Because I remember watching an episode, it was the first ever episode and the only one that I've seen of Dog the Bounty Hunter. And he said, someone started speeding off trying to get away, and he was like, "You could have killed someone dead!" I was like, is there another way to kill someone? Am I missing something? No, he's just from a weird place. So eUnited get themselves out another buy, but it's the end of the line for their economy train. Their fiscal freight dies here, unless they can manage to find themselves around on the board. As eUnited haven't got too much progress, they eventually group up. Not looking to take things towards bottom mid this time. Scared away from the previous turn of events. John G had a pretty big round before. Now eUnited want to take it to A yet again, but they're throwing down smokes to fake out as if they want to go to B. CT smoking play. I mean, Food's able to do so much damage there. Relic's now down to 22, but still up at the AWP. Could capitalize on some kills a little bit later on. Flash goes down on the cross to allow them to take a peek onto this. Relics is able to get away, though. Saved by one of the baskets. They weren't able to peek him on time. Flashbang down to the cross once more, but do they expect... No, they don't expect Dazzle to be here, but he only capitalizes on one kill. Does lots of damage to Marky. USP deployed to find that kill. By eliminating Marky, he puts it over into a man advantage for the CT side. However, short has been taken. eUnited holding firmly onto that with the AWP. And so New Identity will find it hard to get that defuse in as they push towards the site itself. Food gets a little bit too froggy and gets taken down. Vanity does the same, a kill rewarded for it. They know that Relics is already low as well. The jump shots are actually coming through, and he's taken down by a pistol. What has just happened there? 13-8, New Identity walk away with that round somehow. As the defuse comes through from Relics, plenty of time left. Another on the board for the CT side. And as they reach 8, now you look towards eUnited. Their economy isn't fantastic even with that bomb down. And so this should just be a save-a-lele. And really, that initial combat from Food, where he was spraying for quite a while towards Relics and leaving him on 22, had that have gone Food's way, had he have taken the kill, we could have been looking at a completely different scenario. eUnited go in for a force buy, which is something that's throwing me off here. A scout in the hands of Marky. Vanity going down to $50 on a Deagle after dropping over. You've got Moose on the SG, on the Krieg. I mean, big mistakes made in that, just in general, in the previous round by eUnited. The Food not finding the spray. 2 kills being granted over towards Goose as they were just so focused. Oh, there's an op on long. Let's get him. It's like Kevin from Up when you hear Squirrel. The force buy hasn't gone well for eUnited as already it's time of death on the round. Nobody has armor to play with. No kills. Barely any damage. No map control. No utility. And no life for food. No life for vanity. Guess what Cooper has? Wait for it. No life. As he gets taken down, deaded in the dirt. He done got killed dead. It's now 13-9. A position for new identity that again is starting to look better by the second. eUnited coming in with the Deagle again on vanity. AK's in play alongside the op. Utility being thrown early on by new identity as they completely give up control of long. Pushed out of it by the aggression early on from eUnited. Marky posted up here with the AK-47. He's in the pit. There we go. Can eventually open it. That's an interesting name that Marky has down there in pit. It's a very aggressive face. They're going to start to rotate out towards long. You can see the utility isn't great for eUnited. So once they do throw this util down, they should be making their way towards the site. Nice shot by Cooper. Checking middle at the right time to catch John G off. Eagle spam not going to reward all too much. But now it's the A-bomb side that eUnited must touch. Again, the smoke's not receiving all too great of a response. Interesting smoke there on long. Take note of that one, kids. Tactical advantage that it gives you is because it does the thing for you where it smokes and then, you know, they can't get in the clinic. So, no heals. Am I right? I mean, if there's one thing that everybody knows, it's that this spot right here, if you don't smoke it off, if you don't smoke, like, get a smoke right in there, you know, right in that corner, you've lost the round. Even if you're going B, you have to smoke it 100% of the time. Just make sure to, if you do that in every single one of your matchmaking games, you'll win the round and your teammates will be really happy. They'll love you. So that's like literally, like you can stop watching the stream now. That's all you need to know. Just smoke there, boom, round win. A little bit of a botch. I didn't even spot where it bounced off of. I don't know how you managed to. I don't think we've seen eUnited throw across smoke successfully so far. They've either had one smoke or double smoked the same spot and had to flash across. It's just been abysmal. But the team that don't know how to smoke long have found themselves in a 14-9 lead. I'm being harsh there. I'm only joking. eUnited are a good team. Just their nades, you know, we gotta, yeah, they gotta work on that a little bit. They've never been punished for it either, though. That's the thing. Like, a lot of the time you see mistakes like that being made, a gap in the smoke or something like that, and you're gonna be ripped into. But luckily they've done it on rounds where, like, you know, identity of SMGs or something, so it's really hard. But if there was an op in play, especially if it's Relic's op, I don't doubt his reaction would be there to take them down. Push towards B's very early on! Oh my god, they all line up! He takes down one, and Cooper on low HP is very quickly dealt with by Wraths. As now what do you do? Hello? How? How does he survive that? You know he's there? He just killed your teammate? What's happening? He just... What? Sorry, what? You just run at him with your back turned? I don't even care about you, dude. You're nothing. You're not gonna kill me. I don't care. Go ahead, try. You ever seen Beowulf? When he, like, takes off his shirt and walks up to that guy with the axe and is like, kill me. Go ahead. Just hit me. Just hit me, dude. You can't kill me. You can't kill me. It's good. Some good stuff. You can't kill him because he's already died so long ago. Nice shot by Relics. Dude's been pretty crispy with those quick scope flicks. I want to see that guy play Call of Duty. I used to play those no scope only. But then you'd join with akimbo shotguns and everyone would get mad at you. I mean, there's no scope on them, right? You're hip firing and there's no scope. What's the problem? As New Identity find themselves with 2 AWPs, potentially having to retake the B bomb site. I mean, this is all about rats right now. Both ops are towards the A site. My PC's made a very weird noise and it scared me. I'll attempt to replicate it. It was like... just like that. Exactly. Without the human part of it. Okay, well, you know what, Auto Director? I'm gonna take over. You're not good enough. Relics is all alone. He's got an AWP and they're planting for short. At least they could be. They're conscious of that jump up though. Ready for Relics to... Oh no. Oh no! He unscopes and then scopes back in on the Cooper. Takes him down so quickly. This man is so fast, it's unbelievable. Food now in a 1 versus 2. Trying to pull it off, but Relics, again, this time with a pistol. The man found a 4K. How does he do this? How is he so good? 20 for 14. Absolutely dominating against a team that should be having such an easy time in this matchup. Dust 2. The pickup of eUnited. It's looking beautiful. Food goes down early on, burned alive. I mean, you don't like your food to be burned. Well, New Identity clearly do. Reminds me of the time that I tried to make chicken goujons in an oven. It did not go well. Forgot to put the timer on. They went in brown, but they came out literal ash. It was not good. No Identity holding down towards A. Shot missed by Vanity on the scout, and then he's taken down right afterwards. They just try to push forward, but Seb says, no, no, no. This is mine. Nazzle wants to finish him off with a USP, and he does just that. eUnited 14-12. What a comeback this has been from New Identity. I wasn't feeling great, if I'm being honest, about New Identity's chances. But they have come back into this like crazy. Their full buy rounds have been questionable at best. They've been pretty weak. And yet all of a sudden, they're starting to dominate rounds. Even the full buy for eUnited sees a scout in play for food. Again, Vanity's really struggling here. I mean, everybody's putting up the numbers. It's not nice to shout players out like that. Fuck. Relic, stop it, man. Look at this. Opening towards Marky. He just runs down short. Doesn't give a damn after being boosted up. He's there on time to catch them off guard. And smoke's going in. This time, they actually smoked across. But jumping over, not looking towards Dazzle. Caught out by him on the site. Spams through the smoke. Come in as well. Okay, 1 kill for Food as he closes in the distance. He's been a pretty reliable player on the AK-47, but he's taken down and you're into a 2v3. A lot of mistakes being made by eUnited right now. Cooper hasn't been spotted over towards the car, though. That's one positive for him, for them to work with on the terrorist side. 1 shot connected! Oh my god, Cooper! He pulls back the round completely as Rats is last alive. Molotov's in play. Smoke goes down as well to keep him a little bit more obscured vision-wise, and Moose finds the finale kill. But it's not the finale round, as it's 15-12. Still a chance for New Identity to come back into this and take it to an overtime. Remember, though, the run in the minor qualifier rather will not be over, as this is only the upper bracket quarterfinal. But the winner does go on to the America's Minor, so eUnited are now just 1 win around. Let me try that again, but using English. They are just 1 round away from winning their spot in the America's Minor. It's 4 a.m. where I am, so you got to give me a little bit of leeway. Mistakes are going to happen. It's natural. eUnited on the verge of victory, and here's where they can do it. AK's in play. Food's only got the AK. No utility to be afforded towards the poor guy, even despite a decent performance in the previous round. But Cooper, man, he has stood out to me so much. Moose has had some fantastic rounds as well. Those 2 guys, they're doing the work. They're doing the heavy lifting right now. Marky is a player that usually steps it up for me. And not that he's doing bad, but the others are doing all the work. What's Dazzle doing? He's just standing inside the smoke. He's just chilling. He's just waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for, though, as he's eventually taken down from behind, hoping his opponent would run out of ammunition before he died. And hell, he almost had it, but for the fact that the B side fell. John G coming around. Look at this position. You sneaky devil, Moose. You dog. He takes him down. No idea where he even was at that point. I mean, Chonji's not going to be happy. A 2v4 retake to come through, losing the opening player. It's all on Seb. He's got to come through with a 4K. He's got to win out the round for his team to keep them alive and keep the chances going, but it's not happening. A 16-12 closes things out, and that will be the end of the run in the upper bracket anyways for New Identity. It's been a fantastic best-of-3 series, and they've put up some good numbers on this map, looking a lot better. And if they didn't have such a slow start of Mirage, we could very well be heading to a third map right now. It's a shame, but that's how things end. And now we're going to have to call it a night, my dudes. It is unfortunately 4 a.m. for me, so while I'd like to sit around and talk about that game for quite a while, especially the performance that we saw from Relics. I mean, it's easy to call out Moose. He's 27 for 13. Phenomenal game from him. Marky and Cooper did great as well. Food was good for opening duels, but the problem, at the end of the day, I mean, Vanity was struggling a little bit. You got to say, he did go positive on opening duels. 4 for 3. Food actually wasn't good for opening duels. He was 0 for 3 in the end, so didn't have a great time. Over towards the CT side, though, I do want to highlight something. John G had a bad game, 13 for 18. Didn't do great in numbers, but 5 for 1 in opening duels. He opened up +4 rounds for his team. That gives you such a hefty advantage, even if you're not doing that well mid to late. But a lot of that, I do feel like he was just traded on the CT side. Yeah, you find an opening, but either the AWP is able to trade you back or the player that's with him. That's the end of our hopes and dreams, though, as eUnited make it through to the Americas Minor. They've guaranteed themselves a spot, and dropping on down, New Identity. Let me double check who they're going to be playing. If it's already filled out. It's not filled out, but it's either going to be NV or ATK. Either way, not going to be a very easy game. But yeah, that's going to be the end of action for us today. My name is Mitch. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Bringing you through those 2BO3s. It's currently 4 a.m. like I said, so I am off to bed. But before that, we got to once again throw a little bit of an advertisement up for our good old sponsors, GG.bet. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have yourselves a great night, day, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.